Ayan. Magandang gabi mga kababayan at welcome sa Ang Pinoy Facebook Live. Alam niyo, nakakalito lang ng konti yung bagong system ni Facebook, but we're so happy tonight. It's Thursday, it's Tips and Advices night. And tonight, double po, tama. Double ang nakikita niyo ngayon. It's actually a tandem of a father and a daughter. Very special tandem. So I'm actually very happy. I'm supposed to be joined by Miss Jean Estrabon, our section editor, but she's not feeling well. So Miss Jean, please get well soon. So wag na po natin patagalin. Our guest for tonight is actually a father and daughter tandem. The father is actually an entrepreneur and a consultant at the same time. And the daughter is, other than of course doing homeschool, she's also an author. Author ha, batang bata. So please all welcome Royce and Leah Castro. Hi Royce and Leah, good evening.
Hello, good evening. Welcome. Welcome to all the viewers of Ang Pinoy. And thank you, Ms. Jaisel, for having us here.
Yeah. Leah, good evening.
Good evening po.
Ayan. So, yeah, we're actually very happy. I'm pretty sure si Miss Jean is excited, but she's not really feeling well. So, pagaling ka na lang, Miss Jean. So, good evening ulit sa inyong dalawa. We actually wanted to have them last Thursday, pero medyo nagkaroon lang ng medyo rush yung mga ibang bagay-bagay. And now, at last, we have them tonight. So, kwentuhan mo kami. We actually had yung father and daughter tandem. And this is the first time actually that we have a father and daughter as guest, no? So, yung kaninang nabanggit ko, entrep and consultant, tapos batang-bata, yung daughter is a book author. So, paano ba to nag-start? Who wants to answer? Si Royce ba or si Leah?
I mean, the project.
The passion, yeah, oo.
Okay, so I'll start siguro. Leah has been homeschooled all her life. So ever since she was kinder, she was homeschooled in Catholic Filipino Academy. And then just last year, so she moved to the Freedom Academy of the section of that Catholic Filipino Academy. And then that Freedom Academy, they're like, these are kids who are more into arts, humanities and business. So yeah, and then they had to perform a project. They had to make a project. So, and Leah's project was the book, right? So yeah. So when did you start writing that, Leah?
I started writing it. Actually, my first draft was around the summer of, I think, May, June, around that time.
Okay.
It started because during the summer, most of the time, to let time pass by, we study. That's one day, parang I wanted to do something else. So I went up to my dad and I'm like, hey dad, can I write a story? And then he was like, yeah, sure. He was so cool with it. He was so fine with it. So he was like, yeah, sure. And then starting from there, I wrote the draft. And then, I never really thought of publishing it. I just thought it for like myself, for fun. But then, as my dad mentioned, we had a project during the school year, a mid-year project. And I was like, okay, let's publish it, Let's try it. So, yeah, that's what happened.
Wow, so it was so fast. Kung actually pakikinggan ko kayo, medyo mabilis, no? And nakakatuwa ka, Royce, na you were very, very supportive sa gusto ni Leah.
Of course, kasi, growing up as a parent, parang di naman natin talaga ma-force kung ano yung gusto ng anak natin, right? So, her doctor, her pedia, when she was young, sabi niya, i-ano mo na yan, magaling, dapat mag-doktor yan. Sabi ng pedia niya. Sabi ko, Dok, hindi ko alam kung ano yung type niya paglaki niya. I studied engineering when I was in college, pero I learned na iba yung kids ngayon, so we just have to support what their passions are.
Nag-isip ka ba ng konti na, did you ever think na masyadong bata si Leah to come up with a book?
Not really on that part, but more on paano ba i-publish yung book? Kasi hindi namin alam. So, yeah, you wanna publish? Yeah, sure. Pero ano ba yan? Kasi nobody did it in the family. And, wala kami experience in public. So, good
Ah,
thing there were angels na nagtumulong. Yeah.
oo, kasi parang nakakatuwa when this was actually pitched to us, medyo nagulat ako. So matagal na, actually binigay yung story nyo mga few months back pa. And we were so happy to see, like as young as, 40 years old, meron ng book. Ikaw, Leah, what were your preparations when you were actually drafting the book? Ano yung mga ginawa mo para i-prepare yung sarili mo para you can come up with a book?
Well, for me, it was a lot of reading.
Oh.
Because I believe if you want to create a story, you should check you should check the styles of other people, of other authors, of how they write, of how they create their own worlds. So I had lots of books. We have lots of books laying around, so I was just like reading them to see. And what I use for the books that I read, I tried to see what kind of scene would na feel ko, that would seem perfect for my book. And then I would also go to the dictionary in Google and like find new words. Because the bigger words, the better. It makes you feel more, it makes you really feel that scene. So that's what I basically did. Didn't really do that much grand preparations. I just did what I could do.
Di ba kanina you mentioned that you approach your parents, no? Medyo nahirapan ka ba nung una? Do you have like mga second thoughts of approaching your parents? Or mas excited ka sa pagkwento sa kanila?
I was actually more excited to tell them if it would let me, if writing a story would let my parents lay me off of studying math, I would do it. So, like when both mom and my dad agreed, after that I was so happy because I could write and I didn't have to worry about math anymore. So yeah.
Oh. Ikaw, kanina na-mention mo, Royce, no, ang iniisip mo lang is mas worried ka actually kung paano mag-publish ng book.
Mm-hmm.
So,
yeah.
Ano mga preparations or research ang ginawa mo to ensure na pag naglabas si Leah, of course, siguro as parents, no, everyone wants to have the best for their kid. So,
Right.
gagawin yung
Yeah.
lahat. So, paano nyo na gawa or na-ensure na magiging smooth sailing na hindi masyadong mahahalata na may challenges?
Una, kasi we don't know the process eh. So akala ko pag susulat ng si Leah, then that's it, di ba? So ang haba pa pala, may editing and then re-editing, then proofreading. So a lot of those things. The good thing, yung school ni Leah, yung Freedom Academy, her mentor there, si Miss Maan, she helped us na wala kaming kilalang editor eh. Could you refer us to somebody who would. And then, wala kaming kilalang yung magaling mag-drawing for the artwork, yung mga ganon. So, a lot of people helped us. And, we were so grateful for that. Kasi kung wala yun sila, hindi namin matatapos yung libro. And then, yung editor ni Leah, si Miss right?
Yeah,
si Ate Luis, siya yung nag-introduce kay Miss Gina sa amin. Yeah. And then, yeah, siya na yung kasi yung full about mga ISBN, we don't know those stuff, right? So we just parang nag-trust na lang kami. We don't know them pero we just trusted na yes na I'm sure they're gonna help us. Pag-pray na lang natin na tama tong ginagawa natin for the school. Yeah. So good thing natapos naman.
So mga kababayan sa hindi po nakakaalam, our section editor, si Miss Gina, is one of the people actually na tumulong kina Leah. Kaya din, actually dapat talagang mag-join siya, hindi lang talaga magandang pakiramdam niya. And totoo yung sinasabi mo, Royce, no? Ang dami kasing mga pagdadaanan for the books, even for the magazines. And for some people who are not familiar, even po sa website, meron pong registration yan. Kanina na-mention mo yung ISBN, ISSN, at iba-iba pang N. Pero you normally go to National Library to register these types of reading materials at saka hindi lang, pati yung sa copyright ng books. Yun,
Right.
copyright. Kumusta yung copyright pala ng books ni Leah? Kasi siyempre first book yan. Importante.
Yes. So we consulted Miss Gina, and then we asked her, paano ba yung copyright nito?
Mm-mm.
Will it be Leah's art or work of art? So she helped us, and she told us na it will be purely Leah's kasi self-published naman siya. So yeah.
Mm-mm.
So ang kailangan ko lang gawin, kailangan ko magtrabaho para may pambayad.
Maganda yung sinabi mo, Royce, no? Talagang ganyan mag-support yung parents, no? Magtrabaho na magtrabaho para masupportahan si Leah. Leah,
Yeah.
gaano mo katagal ginawa yung book? Meaning, yung pagsusulat. Kasi definitely artwork is different, printing is different, proofreading is different.
Well, I then started writing again around August. And since we had a deadline around December, which is our mid-year expo, which I had to showcase, I finished it around 2 months.
Wow.
And then after that, I finished writing the manuscript 2 months, and then the rest of it was editing, proofreading. Yeah.
So when it was shared to us na ito yung process, few weeks for editing, proofreading, and then printing, and then in order to get the deadline, to meet the deadline at December, so she had to finish. She started writing August. She needs to finish it by October.
Yeah.
And which she did. We were surprised kasi ang bilis niyang gumawa. And then very supportive din kasi yung mga editors. So it really much big help for Leah. And dahil passionate siya, she was really passionate. Kahit gabi, sasabihin mo na, matulog ka na, pero magsusulat pa din. Kailangan na maghugas ng plato, nagsusulat pa din.
Actually, yun yung gusto kong tanong. Kasi di ba, you're 14. And alam mo, when you're a teenager, iba yung hilig. Especially pag girl, no? Yung sabi ng dad mo, no, nagabi na nagsusulat ka, ano yun? Self-discipline talaga na kailangan. I have to finish this. Ito lang yung gagawin ko. Or nag-enjoy ka rin naman nung supposedly ibang hobbies para sa isang teenager?
Well, I really did enjoy writing. It's been a while since I wrote stories. Because I write stories, tas parang, okay, this doesn't seem right. So I just stop it midway through it. So what Daddy meant na writing at night, parang sometimes when I write like sitting down talaga, most of my ideas don't come at me directly. Mostly, it comes to me when magtutulog na ako. So, I just have to get up from my bed, get out my notebook, tas susulat yung parang scenes. Tas when and for me, I didn't really mind it that I slept late or I sometimes forget to wash the plates or clean my bed. Parang for me, it's all worth it. So, yeah.
Wow. So, Royce, naman sabi mo nga ang role nyo is magtrabaho ng magtrabaho para, of course, maka-print, no? And definitely, una pa lang yan na libro ni Leah. And more to come. Oo. So, dahil more to come yan, ano ang preparations nyo na sa possible na, alam mo yun, mga padating pa na mga book launches, alam mo yun, yung mga books pa na isusulat ni Leah. Kasi I'm pretty sure, tinitingnan nyo na yung plans nyo ngayon few years from now eh.
Yeah, parang we're just playing it by ear na, okay, at least may ano na ako may benchmark na ako na ito pala yung project kapag books. Okay, you're gonna spend this much, and then for printing, and then if you want fewer books, then this much lang. Kaya naman pala. Hindi naman pala malaking budget needed. Ang kailangan lang is, you got swerte kami kasi we got a lot of friends who are very supportive, so they bought books. So we got busy also yung pag-shipping, sending out. And then yung prep, I think for people who wants to start writing their own books, whether you're young or old, is unang-una is aside from writing a book, is mas importante yung marketing the book itself. Kasi once the book is already there, just sitting down, there is nothing happening. So sayang, di ba? Walang makakabasa sa artwork mo. So it's more on, sharing it to others and hopefully mas maengganyo sila na basahin yung book.
Yeah. You mentioned about marketing kasi tama yung sinasabi mo, no? Mas mahirap actually pagtapos na yung libro mo at hindi masyado nababasa pa ng iba. So, ang next question ko, other than, kasi you mentioned you shared it sa mga friends, anong strategy nyo ngayon or strategies na ginawa para ma-ensure na, alam mo yun, yung books ni Leah are visible or nasa markado na?
Last year, the book was finished December. Na-delay lang yung delivery ng printing, but that's okay. So by January, it was out. So we started, and then we were hoping na baka mid-year 2021, everything will be well. So we can do a book launch, perhaps in one of the bookstores. And then we'll invite some friends, we'll invite some, have some like party, and then we'll invite Miss Gina and the rest of the guys. So we were hoping to do that. That was one of the strategies. But of course, the pandemic still dragged on until now. Naging okay na din kasi kids are not allowed to go out. So online lang namin siya pinupush.
Yeah.
So Leah and I created a Facebook page, The Next Guests. Tapos doon namin siya pinost. And then some of her friends, classmates, who helped also, they started sharing the content also there. And then there was a publisher who wanted to market the books also. So of course, it was based. I think they're Filipinos, but she's based in Russia.
Wow.
And she has she has a team here in Philippines.
Yeah.
So she's helping.
Yeah. I guess we've interviewed her.
Talaga?
Yeah. She was once in the show. But the focus is more on entrepreneur.
Oh, yeah.
Wow, congratulations, Leah. But can we talk about more about the book? So maybe, Leah, you can actually brief everyone on what is the book all about. Tapos, para lang at least magkaroon ng idea sila. Kwentuhan mo kami.
Okay, so the book is actually a young adult thriller book. So it's basically like these 4 teenagers, Jason, Liam, Ivy, and Amiela, and they all wind up in this mysterious place. They have no idea how they got there. They lost their memory from their past life. Somehow, they try to find a way. They try to figure out like who to trust on these people because they wind up in a house, a family, and would they create an ally or an enemy? Would they figure out how and why they were there? So that would all be answered in the book.
Wow. Parang yung iba, no? Ang question ko lang, ano yung inspiration mo na nawalan siya ng memory and everything? Kasi alam mo, very unusual yan for a 14-year-old girl to think about those things.
Well, I would say one of my biggest inspirations was Rick Riordan. His series, yung second series niya sa Percy Jackson. I don't mean to spoil, but there was this one scene I'm not gonna name who, but one of the protagonists parang lost his memory.
And then that's where you got.
And then that's where I started getting it. So I was like, oh, this is actually cool. So I just changed the way how my protags got it. Yeah.
Oh.
So she reads a lot of Rick Riordan books. And what was your other book that you read?
Soman Chainani.
Soman Chainani, The School of Good and Evil. And what was the other one?
Stephanie Meyer.
Stephanie Meyer.
Yeah.
What's her book again?
The Twilight Saga. That's actually also pretty cool.
Yeah. So yun yung parang naging inspirations niya.
Question, Royce, kasi kanina, di ba, nung sabi nga ng doctor, nung sabi mo, kinikwento mo, nung mas bata pa si Leah na sana maging doctor si Leah. Okay, so ngayon nakikita mo na. So, Leah, ang tanong ko muna, do you want to be a doctor?
Oh, I actually did.
Oh,
Before,
that's
right?
Before.
Yeah.
Before.
Oh.
And parang starting.
Nurse pa, right?
No. I started with a doctor. I wanted to be a doctor. And then my ate before, who took care of me and my younger brother, she scared me. Sabi niya, sige ka, there will be like lots of blood. You will be witnessing so much blood. And then me, my young self, of course I got scared. So I was like, okay, mag-nurse na ako. Kasi ito naman si daddy. He's, parang sabi niya na, you're gonna have to clean up the baby's poop. And, ako parang na-weird out ako kasi, oh no, poop. So I was like, okay, I'll be the nurse. The nurse from, yung nag-documents lang. No, you're still gonna have to clean the baby's poop. So I changed my career. I was like, I'll change my course in the future. So yun.
But ever since she was young, she wanted to be a superstar in Hollywood. Parang yun yung gusto niya. Sabi ko, ang hirap yata yun. Parang mas todo kayod na yata ako para makapunta tayo ng Hollywood.
And that is possible. Kung hindi man sa Hollywood, di ba? Si Amanda, the poem writer. So, that's also possible. So, ngayon, Royce, na medyo malabo na, it's from doctor to nurse, tapos ngayon, writer. Okay ba sa inyo yun?
I mean, whatever she loves doing. I mean, yeah, why not, right? Because as parang kids now are lucky, I would say, kasi there's internet, everything is connected. When I was young, there's no phone, there's no cell phone, email, so mahirap yung makipag-communicate outside, and then mahirap makapag-meet ng mga people like editors or book authors, right? So parang the world is getting smaller right now. You just have to find out what you like and then go for it kasi sayang din. So imagine, you're young and people in your channel, they're listening now, and then they can do so much. They can write a book, right? So, or do a movie or whatever they want to write a song. Right? So it's much more easier now.
Yeah, iba na. So, Lia, ikaw, anong susunod na iniisip mo maging project after your first book? Because definitely, may yung ibang excitement yung nararamdaman mo, di ba? After it was launched, though, of course, looking forward na magkaroon later on ng book launches, no? Like sa Fully Book or sa National. But I'm pretty sure that at the back of your mind, after writing like one book, you already have something in mind.
Yeah, I actually do.
Wow.
Thank you for the wonderful question. I love it. So, actually, this book is a series. So right now, I've still been quite busy with my next project, which I'll be having with my dad as well.
Can you tell her about the next project first?
Okay, so the next project. Oh, which one?
Which one? This coming May.
Okay, this coming May.
Oh, what is it?
May 7th po. So this coming May, I'm having this big project with my dad. So we'll be talking about how sweet and salty, how to build deeper and loving relationships between father and daughter.
Ooh.
Yeah. So it's part of a school project at her school. Yun yung parang year-end project niya. So parang she chose kasi author and public speaking. So we need to do that tandem again. So this coming May, so I hope you could come, Jaisel, and watch it.
Yeah, sige, we will. We can, kung available sa online, we can watch it, and we can also come up with Miss Jean. Hi, paging Miss Jean. We can come up with an article for that. Yun, that's our support sa inyo.
Yun, yung parang project ni Leah this coming May. And after that, she started writing snippets already for her second book. Yeah. And then it'll be out.
Hopefully by the end of this year.
Yeah,
let's see if I can write
this year. So what is that second book all about?
So the second book is actually the continuation of this series. So since I had limited time, I couldn't write a lot of things. So to those who still has questions about the book, everything will be answered in book 2. Promise ko na sa iyo guys.
So a lot of her friends, kasi pang young adult, right? So mga friends nila na 10 to 18 kept on asking, what's next, Leah? We finished the book.
Where's the sequel?
Where's
What
the
happened?
Yeah. So, parang ang galing nga ng pagkagawa ni Leah kasi, you know, after niyan, wow, parang I need to read the next one. So,
Cliffhanger.
yeah, so they were really waiting for it. So, Leah promised them to write the second one.
Mabibisitin niya talaga. Actually, I was actually looking at the cover. Kung ako tatanungin mo ha, yung cover is actually more of parang sama, yung hanggang 18 na market nyo.
Yeah.
Oo, because of the cover.
Yeah, I wanna thank one of my mentors then. Just like my dad mentioned, a lot of people were very supportive in this. One of them was also one of my amazing mentors in school, si Ate Jewel. So, I asked her, Ate Jewel, can you, parang nahiya pa ako kasi, kasi mentor ko siya. So, I was like, Ate Jewel, could you do my book cover? So, she was like, yeah, sure. Anong gusto mo? Because when she said that part, oh my gosh, wait, ano ba gusto ko? But I did have what I had in mind, and then I was so happy with what came out. I was screaming of joy. Si Daddy nga pinaano na ako kasi I kept on shouting. But I'm so happy that this came out amazing. So Ate Jewel, if you're watching, thank you very much to my amazing mentors din sa school, to my friends and family who supported me through this project.
Wow. So, hi Jewel, thank you daw, sabi ni Leah. No? My question to you, Leah, is what did you learn, during the time that you were actually writing the book? What was actually your lesson, biggest lesson that you've learned from writing that book?
Well, one thing is it's actually not that easy because, there will be some days where you have second thoughts of writing, second thoughts of maybe, not finish it na lang, I bet no one's gonna read it coming from me because I started writing last year. So I'm 13. I have no that much exposure to the writing world. I wasn't ready yet for the criticism and what might happen. And sometimes there are days when I just don't have the right ideas to fit in that book. But God gave me this talent, so why not just pursue it? Not sponsored by Nike, pero let's use their logo. Just do it.
Tama yun. Royce, Leah mentioned about criticism. It's not gonna be easy, especially for as young as Leah. So, paano nyo ipiprepare si Leah for that possible criticism? Kasi alam natin yung social media ngayon, yung netizens ay hindi mababait. So,
Totoo. I was really shocked because we don't know about shipping books, right?
Yeah.
And one of our buyers, we were so grateful. She gave that feedback. Na when we sent the book, we just wrapped it and then placed it in a pouch. And then when it got to her, parang may crease sa part, parang natupi, na bent. So I didn't know na meron palang mga readers who are very meticulous na dapat parang spot-free talaga yung book when they receive. So wow, parang grabe, nagsorry ako sa kanya. Tapos sabi namin, we're gonna improve on our packaging. So after that, we bought some parang cardboards to really make a box and keep it safe para sa future buyers will get. So, yun yung parang nakita namin na, there will be a lot of people who will be giving you feedback. It's how you look at it. It's how you look at it. So, we just tell Leah na, ay, pag may basher ka na, ibig sabihin, sikat ka na kasi may nag-bash na. Kasi kung walang nagbabash, ibig sabihin wala pang nakapagbasa.
Tama ka dyan. Pero, tama yun. Tama actually yung sinasabi mo kay Leah. But ano yung mga preparations na tinitingnan nyo para matulungan si Leah pag dumating yung time na, alam mo yon, yung sinasabi mong basher?
Okay. So, ang parang I have two kids, Leah and Hansi, and then parang sinishare lang naman namin sa kanila is, we cannot control what people will always think and feel about something else, right?
Yeah.
So, we just have to trust in God na, we're doing the right thing and hopefully we follow His will. And then what we're just doing here is, sharing. If I'm sure not all people will read it, not everyone will like it, pero parang magbingi na lang tayo sa mga bashers at saka sa negative, right? As long as hindi natin natatapakan yung iba, that would be fine siguro.
Tama yun, Leah. Don't mind them. At sabi nga ng dad mo, tamang-tama yun. Pag may basher ka na, sikat ka na. So, okay pa rin yun. Diba? So, alam mo, mabilis talaga yung oras, but I have a few more questions sa inyong dalawa. No? To Leah, what is your actually advice to teenagers na gustong magkaroon ng sariling book nila, na gustong mag-umpisa magsulat? Kasi ikaw, you were able to publish a book already.
Well, one is really create a deadline, guys. Why? Because if you do not create a deadline, there is a possibility that you will lose motivation to actually finish it. That is one mistake. That was one of my mistakes that I had, because as I mentioned before, I actually started writing during elementary, and then I had a few stories but never finished them. It's always because I did not have a deadline. That's one thing. Always have a deadline, please. That really gives you the self-discipline to write. Also, one is keep on writing. Just because tapos ka na sa book mo, don't let that end, your thing. Because you still have this vibe get out of you na, okay, I got a book. Don't let that momentum end yet. Keep on writing. Kahit short stories, poems, songs, just write them, write them down. If you have ideas, just do it. Just write it.
Very good. Actually, yung una, discipline, no? And then the other one is keep on writing. Practice makes perfect talaga. You'd learn so much, while you're doing anything na gusto mo. So, Royce, ikaw naman, ano ang pwede mong i-advise doon sa mga katulad niyong parents na yung hobby ng kanilang anak is extra special kasi for a teenager, it's really something different. It's not a usual thing. Anong pwede mong i-advise doon sa iba?
Well, for parents, for moms and dads out there who's listening to Ang Pinoy, I think yung share ko lang is, just listen to your kids. So, as Leah's teenager right now, as kids grow, their needs change. So the type of parenting also need to change. So right now, we're at the stage na parang I have to be friends with my daughter also. I'm not only a father, right? So really have to listen. Kasi there are a lot of things that they're scared to share. Right? Lalo na sa dad siguro kasi baka they think na pag sa dad, ako baka mapapagkalitan or what, right? So, that's just spend time with your daughters or sons. They would appreciate it, right? One of the things that Leah and I are doing right now is we take walks together with my other son and my wife. We walk together, 1 hour, 30 minutes, and then we can talk. A lot of things, and then some of the things that we do also is I listen to her songs. So I listen to her songs. I try to check on the books that she reads kasi we don't know, baka kung ano-ano lang pinabasa ng mga anak mo, right? Hindi natin alam, right? So you just have to be consultative na, ito maganda to, right? So there's this book na she's really wanting to get the Chronicles of Narnia, the entire collection. I bought it already. Hindi ko lang makuha pa kasi dahil ECQ. So she's excited. So these type of things. Dads, moms, just listen to your daughters or to your sons, and let them fly. Hopefully, they'll always soar as high as you want them to.
Wow, very good message. So, sobrang bait no, Leah. Ito na lang, last ko na. Leah, what's your message to your parents? With all the support that you're getting from them.
I see my mom looking at me.
Sana pala sinama na natin siya, no? Si Miss Jean talaga.
Also, one is to daddy. So I hope that me writing a book also fulfills your dream of that you told me before that you wanted to write.
Yeah. You should, of course, yeah.
So, and then I hope that you're still not mad na late yung payment ko para sa'yo.
I told her kasi, this project, I'm gonna fund it, but you have to pay me back. Kasi, kasi I will need to use that fund for your second book again. So she's hoping to buy a laptop na, or sabi niya phone. Sabi ko, no, not phone kasi you'll just be playing. So laptop na lang para may bago ka laptop. So yeah. I'll wait for your payment.
And then also to mommy. So mommy, thank you. Both to mommy and daddy. I want to thank you guys for not giving up on me and not getting tired of getting mad at me or disciplining me to actually, take a break from writing and also see what's outside my window. And not get tired of me rambling about my ideas for my book. So I love you, mommy, daddy. Thank you very much.
Yeah.
Wow, thank you so much to the two of you. Please invite everyone to, of course, buy your book and where they can actually find your book.
Right.
Yeah.
Para mabayaran mo daw, Leah, yung dad mo. Sige, please invite everyone.
So you can now get the next guest on Shopee and in Lazada.
Mhm.
All right. Okay.
Yeah.
Shopee and Lazada. Just type down the next guest and boom, nandyan na yan. Add to cart. Add to cart now.
Yeah, we're also available in Facebook. If you go to the next guest
Official
Facebook page,
Yes.
you can see us there. So hope to
Okay.
see you there.
Facebook and then Shopee and Lazada.
Lazada, yeah.
Okay, thank you so much, Royce and Leah. Hopefully, Royce, we can have you in Entrepinoy. We'll talk about your business. Let's
Sure.
schedule it siguro. So thank you again. Of course, thank you, Leah, to your mom
Thank you.
and your brother who's really supporting you in this endeavor.
Thank you so much, Miss Jaisel, for having us here.
Thank you so
And
much.
thank you,
Okay.
let Miss Jean. Thank you also for, of course, endorsing the two of you. So
Yeah, Miss Jean.
sige.
Thank you.
Pagaling ka, Miss Jean, and we will see you on Saturday, Miss Jean. So, maraming salamat po ulit, mga kababayan. Please don't forget to visit our portal. It's www.angpinoy.net. And this episode will also be uploaded at our YouTube channel, Ang Pinoy channel. So, muli, maraming salamat. This is Chaisel, and we will see you on Saturday for another episode of Ang Pinoy Live for Kamusta Ka, Kabayan. Thank you so much, and good night.
Bye.
Leah, congratulations.